Yes, on ladies and gentlemen, we talk of different communications. Of course, we do also radios, for within here, and then also power reaches. So that is radio, basic communications. We have, of course, email, basic communications, and plus telecommunications. That is basically for addition, for overseeing all the circumstances of to do resolutions when it comes to any other resolutions. Otherwise, all the concerns, of course, there, we have totally different dilemmas, concerns, and then also the concerns are different. Basically, is schools. That is the schools because now today, if we look here, I recognize, I'm suffering here in this country, Canada, and then my migration started is based to suffer here in this country. With a few others, that is a concern to the dilemmas and then the stagnancies of the what we call Sudan, the internal crime for crime or on innocent people. So of course, if that is the concern, and then of course, why we assigned Equatorians should be removed from the border of Uganda. So the intentions of different Equatorian, and they are collapsed. When we talk of those foreign leaders, and then of course they are also dead, former presidents of Sudan, and then of course those people, they killed a lot of them, including the business officials of the Equatorian people. So, and overview, I'm not very concerned, but overview, I'm also very sad again. And then it's gonna be additionally big corruptions there. And then I'm not gonna be happy. You're not gonna be happy. Like you're expecting we fix now we fix the road. You're expecting now we bring different vehicle to the countries. We're expecting we now will bring more money to the countries, but there is no money, of course, down there. If we look, basically, if we talk of the disadvantages of different of that areas which the guy marked, and if the line is marked, that means the border is closed, and the business there is closed. The guy is going bankrupt over that end there. On our realizations, and then on our future judgments, and then of course that is a totally different bankruptcy orders which they're enforcing alongside there, because you know why? Because the areas the guy mark, they are to be good. You have to trust in God, and then you have to trust in righteousness, and that's the truth which you are telling. The tomorrow will be the one which will serve your asshole. If you mess it, of course, it will be a disaster. The guy will finish your way, even from the bush, even from within crossing to another countries, or crossing to bring a business now. After you settle all this kind of dispute, you're gonna expect now you settle, your wealth is good organized. Because we see that area has additional weaknesses, big weaknesses. If we talk of different the business leaders, a guy was bringing a business, went to bring a business from Khartoum, took a big money, and then the big money, the briquettes, and the guy was killed. If we talk of leadership, the guy was now buying a leadership tools. He was murdered also alongside of the corporators wherever possibilities belong. And then how many of them that were murdered around there? Plenty of them. And then that's it, all disasters. It need to trust, it need addition that the truth which we are telling today, the truth that will fall again tomorrow. Otherwise, that is based on the copyright, if we relies upon the copyright. And then we give suggestion for this guy, the source Sudanese guy. We say that this is good. You bring a good idea. If that idea can you of course womanize a little bit different a woman. That idea is maybe you can host 200 women there. That is your humanization level. Of course, it's a benefit, even it's advantages. And then, but the policy, if you remove the name away, if you want the name to remain there, till you become now no salt around to that end, but still we are the one. So the more the borders, every borders they keep closing and then the lockdowns continues with the peoples. And then will give you a warning there over that small area which is not there. You are not a boss. I'm also not a boss, but I claim there on the statement due, if you're gonna read, then you're gonna say it, yeah. I speak Mali English, of course, I'm no other boss here. This is already translated Mali English, no other boss, of course. This is English. And if it comes to translations, it's gonna be found in me again, gonna translate to the Mali families. So that is no other boss. So otherwise, that is the US situations. If the situations you want, of course, we suggest, we say that if that business of South Sudan, turn edition SouthEquatorianSudan, and then let everybody open the border to the world, let the world benefit, and then let the individual get the price going down again, going back as regular, and then for the copyright policies. If you want to be the authorizations, and then of course, if you say your business, yeah, we are all here business, I'm also here businessman. What is this one? This is what they call business, this is what they call business, and this is what they call employment. You are for employment. That's why if for employment, what else this one? You took the business of this one of a government. If you say SPLA is a copyright, because they involve in this one SICCW, which is a source, which is edition source, or which is a Sudan, or which is a source or Sudan, edition internal crime for crime war, and then the genocides, and then of course we don't know, because who will go and jump and even use your SPLA code and priorities. That will be you for your dues and then for your reputation, of course. But what we suggest is this one, that is the source, SouthEquatorianSudan, so that we can back up that curriculum, so that we can back up the syllabus, so that we can back up the scheme work, which is basic education in general management, because Sudan people and the children, of course, they want addition, they want the addition school syllabus, which is constant for futures. Otherwise, you are there temporarily in the border, you are proving to the world, yeah, I become too strong now, the world cannot collapse me. And then I will torture every individual, lock every individual. I have many families, even the white, even participating. If you kill me, they will say that this is all Black Lives Matters, and then the scenario is normal, goes like that. So of course that is there, of course, is a participation of your dues and your families, whoever they are white, wherever they are in USA, Canada, and then the USA, Canada also border is closed. But myself, I'm not involved in the US Canada border, but in a due fee of addition understanding, of course, yes, I can recognize the border is not good land, and it is always locked and open, locked and open, but on conditions of their family doing. Because if you take Canada, USA, there is no changes. If it's man-made leg order, closing that border, there is man-made legs. Because recklessness, and then lack of driving and other things. Because this country is all scanned. If this is automatical, scanned. If you don't drive, the driving you did head even cannot think properly. You cannot concentrate and then run even the art of basic to your office. That's why if you look at our office, the office here is running very slow. If I do the driving myself, then as a driver, I drive in 2008, and that's the year I growth. From 2008 to 2021, I did not drive a vehicle, I did not enter even a vehicle and drive. If I pay here fuel, not fuel, I enter taxi, I enter this one, I go to this one. Yeah, that's when I drive. So scanning is a problem down there. So if basically those are related tax and related issues, and then the price is going, and then everything is not on demand, and everything is not there, of course, that is the situations of this one. The school syllabus, the curriculums, and then the scheme works is not there because it's not facilitating, the future is not there in that area which has been marked, and then they want additional accountability, risk managers, and then also accountant to pursue that line which has a big gaps, no employment around there from the Equatorians that can complain to this other, because these Equatorians, they're normally sitting 51 people in a table. They want to sit 51 people in a table. They are looking at sitting 200 people, 600 people, and then 1,000 people, so that they will be seen, and then they will say, yeah, we have this money. That is their ideologies, because they have those orders there they are carrying, and then they are still going to borrow more money. If you tell them this order, then they are the one even taxing us. They are inside taxing because they want this kind of election, and then fix that area because they want all the money get to them. They want 50,000, they want 100 billions, they want this, all the money to go to them. That's why they cannot see alone, and then they cannot even think about it. That's the problems. If they have issues like this, you have with your family, then you can sit and then give the suggestion, you make a writing, you publish a writing which you put alongside there, people read, people will only get it clear. Is the one which individual will see. Sometimes the people having problems looking at other people, even pictures, even other people videos. But if it comes to this one, the statement you put alongside the video, they will read. If it matches the idea, they go for. They don't go. That's why it's an idea from people to people. So for that suggestions. Otherwise, if it comes to this one, Sudan People Liberations Army and the movement, of course, for Equatorian states, but because SPLA, of course, South Sudan, the new rebel leader, administrative in Equatorian states. We received, of course, force from our border, differentiating with the African nations, and then is the source Equatorian, of course, is the source Equatorian Sudan, and non-rebel, but in appeal to Khartoum, Sudan administrative, of course, to share this kind of leadership, to mark edition 1800 AD BC as edition 9,999 past and present movement in Sudan and African nationals found, of course, including some border national teams, of course, the campaign and elections, of course, Darfur participated past and then participated most presently as elected member in Sudan, the presidential elections, and then shall not, of course, collude, and then shall not also fight edition SPLA, and then South Sudan, but said they will defend edition Juba Sudan. If South remain a country there, and then they will defend edition Juba Sudan in order to mark edition the SPLA South Sudan disarm totally in Sudan land, and then the eras of creating edition the new nations within the new existing nation Sudan, if they cannot comply with the rules and the regulations of border policies, of course, there, of course, they should so-called edition the South Sudan to ensure Sudan is a righteous place for all the motherboards, and then the birthrights, and also human right place for all the race and religions. Shall we recognize them, proud of Sudan, inland and abroad? Of course, in our second attempt, and also the options will remain that $2 will buy all the 1,000 dingas in Nimule if priorities. And then having 2,000, $2, you can buy 1,000 dinga in Nimule. If the force continues, the prices in the USA, Canada going up, and then the prices in East Africa is going up. And then because I realize these areas the guy mark source down there in the border, and then it is illegal, the guy pay almost 100,000. Then negotiated from 200,000. They authorized the individual to pay 200,000 ticket fare, bus fare, to go from Kampala to that area which is the guy mark. The distance of Kampala to there is edition roughly to do with the 500, I'm not sure, 400, I'm not sure. So that is roughly so. And then if the guy will pay 200,000, so that is how much money roughly edition to do with the $62 Canadian. So that is too expensive for those kind of local area. You know, the bus tickets there, we know is edition if we take example, $1 Canadian dollars is equivalent to 3,000 Ugandan shillings, and then we are roughly looking at edition $3. That is $3 they're using to go from Kampala to that area. They're paying only $3, not $60. You know, that is way expensive and way waste for that kind of areas which they get locked down, and then people cannot, of course, go over. And then, of course, that's why if that is a priority down there, of course, it will bring a dilemma to the Dinka and Noel who are operating this kind of a South Sudan alongside that, creating a nation within a nation to Sudan. So that idiotness will be sold for $2. And then $2 will buy 1,000 of them. Then that is a priorities. And then Equatorians has also participated a lot in during addition. This is a big route. If that route is there, the slavery is also around there, been operating alongside down there. So those people were also sold as a slavery, but they did not spoil Sudan. They know there is a game which they are supposed to play. They will wake me, they will wake the other one. That is a priority. Here the other jump off, another other jump to there. You will hear the other guy will rock down there again with the same policies. If not me, that is the other guy. So what about the priest down there? What is their policy with you down there? So that is the priorities when it comes to this one, because if our border of business and borrowings remain closed, Sudan, Uganda, Equatorial states, and then Sudan, Uganda, according to this one, our radios reporters. Myself, of course, I do radio reportings, and then you can see there, this is radio reportings, you can see there, this is what? This is a telephones, and this is also emails. So overview to overview, of course, that is basically things which we are saying. Of course, if we talk of Wani Al-Hassan, of course, also, that is Madi English. No other boss, as I said, and then the PO box there, my office PO box for this office, this office PO box is there. That is 90,001, of course, at Germany, Uganda, Africa 10,001. Then in London, of course, we also took 243 Willingdon Street, and then and 903, which is this unit, 903 units. And then 235, of course, Grace Street, London, Ontario. Then the phone, of course, 226-773-900. 6, of course, there. Then the email remained as the stormpanelsbank, zisbank@gmail.com, or you can priorities via our edition, our websites, then for other details. Otherwise, this is just overview and the sketch of the Uganda, why in Hassan, and then of course why Sudan, Uganda, or USA, Canada border remain closed, and why we need a reopening of the border. That is the situations, of course. We are saying so, and for that reasons, because this is the dilemmas here we're having. Of course, we show you guys this map here. This is the map, of course. That is the map of Sudan here, but this Sudan here is totally to be recognized. The guy wanna give up. The SPLA guy want to give up, and then if they're giving up, and then we have a new warlord, which is Darfur. And then of course Darfur is there if is the warlords, and then what priorities, and then what make this guy giving up. If they're giving up, which suggestion, which developments we the Equatorians we can provide alongside to ensure that this guy, the SPLA guy, is protected, other than for them to go out of hand, and until they fall over our hands, which is previously one, as we say, past. So that country there is a boost, the road is there, of course, but that is one road. But if you talk of truck never end, because the truck will bring the food all the way to Juba. But still, the guy will eat soul, and then now the problem will be fuel. Those guys will not provide fuel for the individuals. If it comes to down this one, the settlement, if they realize they are now becoming a settled within the Equatorial, they're gonna begin losing. That's the fear. So the other guy will be around the bushes there, then no soul, hiding, will be kidnapping, will be even robbing money from other trucks and the other people. Then the Juba road will no longer be secured by road. Even the railway won't operate well down there. That's why the best situation is earlier is the most better for them, not to over exceed this one excitement with that ugly name to become a country there. And then we have to take actions and then make sure that is the SouthEquatorianSudan. And then we forget about them. And then if they start the tree there, and then people recognize, yeah, this guy is already confirmed as a peacekeeper, and then they're gonna begin this one church healings. And then they begin their church healing process, and then after that they orient them with the church, and then they begin their new business, whichever they wanna resolute, and then let them be there, and then forget about their guns, and the disarmament may continue, and then the burning down of their guns may proceeds, of course, as a peaceful manner and as a resolution, the only resolutions around there. Otherwise, that is a consequently non-resolutable, or that if they want it the way they want it as a South Sudan, that is not it. We know there it will remain this one Sudan. Whatever the name goes, SouthEquatorianSudan, and then from there we will know you will be registered, and then everything will go as a Equatorial way saying. That is Equatorial saying, I'm Equatorian. They will yell very here in USA, they are saying, I'm Equatorians. So that's why every individual thinks that you mark there will remain Sudan. And we know that is not a concrete order, but they bring you there for discipline, for trial, and for tribunal purposes. That is just a short-term trial, which may proceed for a duration of wherever your excitement may expire, and then of course you will give up. And overview, of course, that is me, Wayne Hassan, as is it on.